It's not every day that you find a kitchen that looks like this with a living room that looks like this, that also has a decent sized backyard and a media room for just $2,000. You could get that as the base price for this neighborhood. Oh, we bleeped that out? My bad. I promise you, that was technical error. We'll get there in a second, but today I'm gonna show you this beautiful model home, show you where you can build it, because there's a couple different neighborhoods, honestly. You could find this, and of course, I will give you the pricing later and tell you about it and all the amazing features that are in this home. But first, let's head outside and check out the exterior, and then we'll come back in and I'll show you around in this model home. All right, I'm gonna get right to it, show you the house. Let's rock and roll. Here we go. You've got a beautiful front porch here as we come in. And then of course, welcome home. I don't know how high those ceilings are, but they would probably put Snoop Dogg to shame, to be honest. Got that, here we go. Okay, right off the front door, we've got our powder bath, and we have our master primary bedroom. So you might look at this and you're like, first of all, okay, green. The green is in, and it is the thing I've heard a lot of people talk about that my wife is trying to convince me of right now is color drenching. And that's, where you paint everything one color. They didn't do the baseboards, they didn't do the doors. Trying to decide, I think I like this green. It's a subtle green. I'm a big fan of this. So primary on the front of the house. Some of you are like, oh, I'm gonna hate that. Some of you are like, oh, I'm gonna love it. You kind of see right out what's going on. Kids are definitely not sneaking out in this space. Oh, there we go. Got a shower. Closet. What these? Linen. I love that. Come here. I will say, as I'm walking this plan, one of the downsides is it doesn't have a secondary bedroom downstairs. So all of your secondary bedrooms are upstairs. Some of you are like, oh, that's fine. Some of you are like, I'm not sure. But you do have this. So here we go. You do have this. So this is that trade-off for not having a secondary bedroom downstairs. You'll see a couple things in these models. We're gonna talk about some of the upgrades I think that are in here to kind of give you a little bit of an idea on all of those things. Oh, there's our green again. We have a theme. And pantry. Okay. Not terrible, but not great. So it'll function, it'll do. I wish it was a little bigger, but that's okay. And green laundry room. I should have worn a green shirt today. I had to blend it in, that'd been fun. So green laundry room there. And then I got our kitchen, dining. And then of course this space back here would be your garage. So kind of a mud bench area, closet, understair storage. Look at that. And then this would be your garage. We're gonna come back in here in a minute because I gotta show you all the fun pricing on the screens. Let's go outside for a second because I need to talk about this. Admittedly, I am normally a hater on 40-foot home sites. And that's what this is. This is a 40-foot home site, but I want you to see kind of what this yard feels like, right? So you've got decent space around here, and then it wraps around the side there. It is a, see if we can not get in the mud. show y'all. It is, you're gonna get some rear entry on this one. So take that for what it's worth. So normally, like I said, normally I'm kind of a hater on a 40-foot home site. I just wish you had more space and you're farther away from your neighbors. In this particular instance, if I had to buy like a 40-foot home site, especially at this price, this would be a strong contender for me. I'm not even gonna lie, because see this, I love, look at that. We love a beautiful high ceiling space to get around. In case you haven't guessed yet, you might have. This is a Highland model, and Highland just redid their 40-foot catalog, added some new floor plans, redesigned some of their spaces. And I think for what they are, for what it's gonna cost you, it is an incredible value, and they've used these spaces really, really well, because it's not often that you find this many features. We're about to see you've got a game room and you've got a media room up there at the price that we're talking about. So let's go upstairs, and then I will stop making you guys wait on pricing. I promise, I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, shouldn't have done legs today. All right, so like a play space, game room. Let's hang the right. Go down the hall. We did green upstairs. Got the cabinetry. It's growing on me. The paint, yes. Cabinets, I don't know. But we're very green. Very, very green in this house. So closet. So this is only 3 bedrooms the way they have it locked, configured, which is fine, but good opportunities abound in here. I will say, if we're looking at it, so you see the railing, that is probably, excuse me, one of the upgrades. This is probably half wall sheetrock, but I think this makes it feel super, super elegant. Oh, I gotta show you the game room, or the media room. You have that option, spin you around. Media room right there, ready to roll. Good deal. And we kept the green. Very, very on brand. So this room, okay, so time out. They did, check it out, they did color drench it. They went all the way down. They did the baseboards. They didn't do the doors. So seeing it color drenched, okay, now I might be convinced to color drench in our house. If my wife is watching this, this is the benefit of me walking all these homes, is she gets to convince me of ideas, and when I see it in real time, I say yes to it. So maybe you're like that. Maybe you're like, hey, I just need to see it in real time, see what's available. Here's the thing. I built you guys a resource. We talk about it in a lot of our videos, but I'm gonna QR code right there, and then I'm gonna show you. We built a map for you to go in and browse all the areas in DFW, especially if you're not from here and you're like, I don't even know where to look. And it's got all of our videos connected to it. And the best part of our new website is you can browse directly new construction homes, get away from all of the mess, all the riffraff, all the resale, and look specifically only at, I don't think that was grammatically correct, at just new construction in any area here in DFW. So I've got that for you, ready to roll. Today, let me not trip down the stairs. Today we are in Royse City, but this plan, these home sites are available in a couple of different communities, but specifically we are in Waterscape. The thing I love about this neighborhood is they're in their new phase. They are relatively easily accessible on price, and it looks beautiful. So told you I would tell you about some of the upgrades that are in this kitchen. So let's spin it back around. So the upper stack, right? The stack on the second level is probably an upgrade. The lights in the cabinets, see? And the glass, that is definitely an upgrade. I'm 50-50 on those. If you're gonna keep it clean, 100% do it. If you're not gonna keep it clean and it's not gonna look pretty and your house is gonna look lived in, don't do it. The hutch over, where's it at? Right there. That hutch right there, that is probably an upgrade. That is not a cheap upgrade, but it looks nice and it fills this space incredibly well. So I would consider doing that. Back to what we were talking about on the neighborhood. Royse City ISD, you've got a brand new elementary school that's literally, like I could walk out the door and show it to you. It's, tax rate's not too bad. I got that over there. HOA, not too bad. And only a handful of opportunities to build on these 40-foot style homes. They also have 50s. We talked about that model. That's one of my favorite models. But I told you I would give you pricing. I tried to give it to you at the beginning. Somehow it got edited out, guys. I don't know how that happened. I'm so sorry. I do apologize. That was not on purpose, I swear. Okay, so let's go over to their little board. I can't even see. I gotta move you over here. Okay, can we see? Got the board? Boom. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, so let's just sort by 40-foot lots. This plan is a Rivera plan. It is 2,100 square feet, 2,174, 4-bed, standard, 2-bath, 2-car garage. So you can kind of see they made a change on this second floor. So they took out bedroom 4 on this model and made it an entertainment room. You can leave it, or you could say, hey, I want to extend it and add its own bathroom option up there upstairs. Go back down to the first floor. You want the fireplace, you could do that. You could do primary in lieu of tub, but it's standard, and then extend the outdoor patio to cover the full space back to the garage. But I want to show you right there. Y'all see that? Base price, $342. Base price, $342 on the base to get into 2,174 square feet. Now again, I've told you before, I don't love a 40-foot lot. But when we can find a quality builder like a Highland that's doing 40-foot products and doing them really well, especially at the pricing that they're doing them, I have to talk about it, right? So like, for example, just look, we'll start right here. Can you make sure y'all can see? Okay. 274 base price, 1,400 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath, a full 2-car garage. Again, very similar to the way this one lays out without the extra upstairs. Guys, hello, hi. Something like this, you're in under 300 with a quality builder. So 274, 294, 326, 331, 342, 346, and the biggest one on their 40-foot lots in this neighborhood is only 347 at the base. And it's 2,200 square feet. And this one gives you, this one's fun. This one's unique because look, can you see right there? That doesn't say primary, this is bedroom 2. And then you get your primary upstairs. So I know I have a couple of you guys that are out-of-state people and you're like, Zach, we want a 2-story house, but we want a primary upstairs. And I'm like, it really doesn't exist. It's kind of hard to find. Boom, found it. Okay, but let's go back to that Rivera plan and let's look at the elevations, right? So we've got a couple different elevations, AM, a little bit more modern, and then the ultimate like modern farmhouse mix style, they got rocket. And then of course, if you're like, I need something quick, I don't want to wait to move, 40-foot lots, we've got 364, 399, 398, 310, 371, everything under 400. Like if you're calling me and you're like, Zach, I want to be under 400, but I don't want a crappy builder. Where do we go? We go right there. Like you come to Waterscape, we go to Royse City. It's not that far out. People are like, oh, Royse City, there's nothing going on. There's plenty going on. You just got to know where to look, right? So 364, and that's before we do any sort of fun negotiating. We also, again, the other thing I gotta show you is incentives, because that is one of the most important things that we always tend to care about. And here's the thing, these always change, right? So if you're seeing this right after we publish this video, it's going to be what I'm talking about. If you're seeing it later, it's gonna be different. Hold on, let's put y'all here. Whoop. and then come back down. Hey, whoop. They're gonna come back down. Not like prices though. It's always gonna be different, but it's always gonna be something, one of these things that you might be able to get. So on a build, a 4.99 fixed rate plus some design incentive. Nobody's doing that. Highland's doing that. On a inventory home, 3.99 year one and 4.99 fixed for the life of the loan. Nobody is doing that. So if you're, let's just take, for example, y'all hang tight right here. Let me go double check the price because let's do some actual math. Okay, I'm back. They have one of these, this particular plan that's gonna be move-in ready for August at $371. Guys, you don't find that. So if you're calling me and you're like, Zach, I want like, $3,000 a month, let's just do the math, right? I'm all here for fun, right? So let's see, do my little math and we'll figure it out together because that's what we're here for. We're here for information. So if it'll load, I'll do the little math for you. $371, and let's just say we get the long-term fixed rate at 4.99. We're going with a conventional loan. You're putting 3% down. Tax rate, average, probably right about 2.4. And we're figuring our insurance at 5% down. We're doing conventional loan. 371. Guys, that puts your payment roughly estimated under $3,000 a month, right at $2,900, give or take, rough math. So if you're looking for affordability and you're like, oh, I feel like I have to settle, like we have to go with like that Minar or the Doctor Who Horton person, and you're like, I don't want to settle for that. I want something quality that like I can trust, but I don't have an infinite budget. This, I'm gonna show you again, is the option. $370, all in, this house. You could do it. It's attainable. We want to help. If you have questions, as always, our contact information is right in the little box here. If you like this, I would love to hear about it. If you hate it, I would also love to hear about it because I didn't build it. I don't care. Gave you pricing, gave you everything you need to know. Let's make something happen for you this year to get you into a brand new, beautiful home. I will see you guys in our next one. Bye for now.